Okay. Time is today is May 11th, 2026. Time is now 6 p.m. and we will start our regular meeting for Oak Park School District. Our president, Paige Madison, is out today. She's unwell, so I will be here. Miss Pat, you can call the roll.
Cochran. Here. Rogers.
Here.
Madison. Scott.
Here.
Harriman Tanks. Island.
Here.
Webster.
Here. All right. Next, item number 2, approval of the agenda. We will approve that by unanimous vote if there is no objections to doing so.
There's an objection.
Yes.
I would like to add a discussion onto the agenda in regards to the policies. I know that it's here for the second reading. But that second reading, I'm trying to think if we should just, I can discuss it at that time. So we'll leave it as is.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. So we are going to approve the agenda, by unanimous, so we don't have to do no roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Item number
I
3,
myself here.
approval of the consent agenda. We will unanimous. We'll vote for that. There's no objections. Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay. Going on to.
Oh, you said the consent?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to vote on the approval of the agenda, but you said unanimously.
Yeah.
Also, the approval of the consent agenda, I wanted to discuss the financial statement.
Okay.
So you can, I can discuss it now. or-
Do you want to move it down to, what's that? 8C? Or is it,
It's already consent, but you really don't have to move it, but yeah, if you
or do you want
want
to
to.
discuss it now?
Yeah, I just had the question about, I don't know if Ms. Barr. Oh. Well.
You can still ask the
Maybe.
question.
Okay. The only question that I had is I just wanted to make it clear that we are not at our 100%, as far as our funds coming in. And just to make sure that we don't misunderstand the actual fund balance, because those grants or monies haven't been received yet. Usually, we get that probably about June-ish. So I just wanted to make sure that, the board is aware of that. And that was it.
Absolutely correct.
All right. Going to item number 4, presentations. We're going to have a public statement regarding Pepper Elementary School from Superintendent Shana Murphy.
All right. So good evening to our community on tonight. Welcome our families. They're here for celebration of our Student of the Month. But we wanted to take an opportunity to address the matters regarding Pepper Elementary School. First, the safety and well-being of every child in Oak Park is our highest priority that never changes. And so I want to begin by simply acknowledging how hard this is for our school community, specifically for the families of Pepper, and specifically for the family that is impacted by what has happened. For the families of Pepper Elementary and the community who love our children, the last few days, a lot of uncertainty, anxiety, maybe pain, fear, and anger, confusion, and all of those feelings are valid of what you're feeling. Please know that we do not take any of this situation lightly, and we are working alongside law enforcement and every other entity that is required to make sure that due diligence is given and that we are supporting both the family, the child, and the staff as we continue to navigate these uncertain waters. So the children in our care are not just students to us, they are our children, and we say that often. And they are the reason that we show up every day, the reason the Pepper staff was there bright and early today to welcome in our children at Pepper Elementary. And when their safety is called into question, it shakes all of us, because as it should. But we are committed to being transparent. That's why we've been sending out communications. We're fully committed to cooperating fully with law enforcement and anyone else related to the matter, and making sure that every child that walks through any schoolhouse in Oak Park schools feels safe. So this commitment, we don't waver on that, and we don't take that for granted, how you entrust your children to us. So as we indicated in the public statement, we became aware of the matters, legal matters on Friday. And that's all the information that we too have. Whatever is out there in the public, that is all that we have as well. And so, again, Oak Park Schools is fully cooperating with whatever's needed from law enforcement. Alongside of that, we're reviewing our own district policies, procedures, protocols to make sure that what needs to happen always happens, regardless of what schoolhouse we are talking about in Oak Park Schools. And so at this time, the leadership continuity at Pepper, we have 5 more weeks left of school. We have a fantastic assistant principal there, it's Janaka Sanders, who's here tonight to present Student of the Month, and he will serve as the interim principal for the remaining part of this school year. He's been in education for over 20 years. He's been in Oak Park Schools for over 8 years, and he has served as principal before outside of our district. So this is nothing new to Mr. Sanders. He will be closely supported by key central office personnel. We were all there today, this morning, checking on kids, checking on staff, checking on supporting him, and we will continue to do so. Just to make sure we end the year in decency and in order and safely for all staff and students of Oak Park Schools. So immediate supports, we deployed social workers there to the building this morning to address any social emotional needs that children or staff may have been experiencing after seeing the news and the social media and all of those things. We had an on-site presence today. I was there. Our Director of Communications and Public Relations was there. Several key human resources was there. Director of Special Education was there. All of us was there this morning to make sure everything, people felt safe and secure about coming into the schoolhouse. We held a staff meeting, this afternoon at 3:45 to address any concerns from the staff, and we will also be offering a parent meeting this Wednesday at 3:45 at Pepper. And both meetings are designed to provide updates. There's not many answers we can provide based on the proceedings, but we will share what we have and answer any questions that we are legally allowed to respond to. And so the district is actively listening across all channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of the things, so we can keep a pulse on what's happening and what things are being said, so we can address it head on and collectively. So any information that is brought to our attention is reviewed and addressed appropriately, and we are also conducting an internal review of reporting procedures and student support protocols to ensure that we have the highest standards of student safety and accountability. Because again, every child deserves to be safe at school, and if there are ways that our system falls short, we are committed to finding them and fixing them, and that review is currently underway. So just want to express our continued commitment to student and staff safety in Oak Park Schools, and that we will do all that we can and work diligently to make sure that every child feels safe at our schoolhouses every day. So that is the public statement regarding Pepper Elementary.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to go to item 4B, Student of the Month. Going to give that right back to you.
Okay, all right. We have quite a few parents in the audience and excited students in the audience on tonight. It is one of my most favorite times of our board meetings. It is recognizing the student excellence that still exists in Oak Park Schools. So we want to champion them tonight. We want to thank our families for bringing them and recognizing our students of the month. At this time, we are going to start with our littles, as always. Representing Lessinger Early Childhood Center, we have Mrs. Nicole Graham. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. To our interim superintendent and our board, I am so excited again to present our Student of the Month. And on behalf of my principal, Ms. Simone Berry, she's unable to make it this evening, so I will be addressing our 2 excited scholars, Nyla and Carter. I first want to start with Nyla. Now, Nyla was selected as Student of the Month by Mrs. Johnson and Ms. Banks' class because she is a good listener, a leader, and she follows directions very well. She knows all of her letters and sounds and can count past 50 and also can identify the numbers. And her family is so engaged and so present, and I want to honor them as well for doing such a great job. So again, we want to first start with Nyla, and congratulations.
Okay, and as each student is recognized, we're going to ask the family to come up and take the picture with their child in celebration. That bag about as big as you, Nyla.
She not, wait a minute, don't touch me, don't touch me. Yeah, bro, step in there.
Okay, ready? Is that everybody? Head on fire. Oh, you want to get it?
No, because it's aunties and
Oh,
great
okay.
grandmas.
Ready? 1, 2.
Yay, Nyla.
Bring up that support team. We need to see that support team.
Crew.
Okay, as we proceed, our second student of the month is Carter Brooks, a student in Ms. Baylor and Ms. Z's class. Now, Carter is a bright, shining star. She is perceptive and a thoughtful young lady. She is incredibly creative and always caring towards her friends. She has a huge heart, loves helping others, and takes pride in her work both academically and creatively. Carter is determined, independent, and always knows what she wants and how to create it. She is truly a joy to have in class. Come on, Carter. I don't see her. I did speak with Mom earlier today. So again, we're going to congratulate her as we do and thank the family for all their participation. Thank you.
All right, next we have Pepper Elementary. Mr. Sanders is going to come up to present.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Mr. Sanders. This is, right next to me is Abby Hurst. I'm the interim principal at Pepper. Ms. Hurst is the kindergarten teacher at Pepper. She's going to be presenting the Student of the Month certificates and presentations.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I don't believe he's here, but our first student of the month is Jesse Anthony. Jesse was selected as our student of the month because Jesse knows and follows our social contract faithfully. He is very respectful to his classmates and all staff members in our building. He demonstrates what it means to be a good listener and participates in our discussions and lessons. Jesse takes pride in his work and puts forth great effort into all of his assignments and everything he does in class. The part of our contract that Jesse embodies most is this: help people. Jesse's classmates often look to him to help open their milk or tie their shoes. He loves to explain different assignments to his classmates when they're confused. And when someone is sad, Jesse is often seen asking that student if they are okay, seeing if they need a hug, and then trying to meet any other needs that they may have. It's an honor to be Jesse's teacher, and we're so happy to honor him as our student of the month. Our next student of the month is Goddess Macklin. We love having Goddess as part of our classroom family. Her classmates have specifically named Goddess as a role model and somebody to follow after. So when we talk about, make sure you're copying the people who are doing the right thing, they usually say, oh, like Goddess, like Goddess. This is largely in part to the fact that Goddess always follows our social contract. She demonstrates what it means to be respectful, responsible, and safe. She's a terrific listener and puts in great effort to everything she does, which has led her to really flourish and grow a lot this year. The part of our contract that Goddess embodies most is this: be a friend. Goddess is a friend to everyone in our class. She's willing to sit by anyone, help anyone, and play with anyone. She has a very kind, caring, and empathetic heart, and we are so happy to recognize her as our student of the month. Thank you again to her family.
What an appropriate name.
Yes.
I love your shirt, Goddess.
Represent.
Okay.
Okay. Right, one. Be creative. Next, we have Miss Provenzala, who will present on behalf of Einstein Elementary as the principal, the proud principal. Okay.
Good evening. Yes, I'm Sarah Provenzolo. I'm the proud principal at Einstein Elementary School. We have two lovely shining Einstein stars to honor tonight, starting with Miss Ryan Love. Come on up. So her teacher wrote me something to say about you, so you know this is Dr. Owen's words. If anyone knows Ryan, she is little, but she has a big heart. She is a doer. She can and will accomplish what she sets her efforts to, regardless of what obstacle or discomfort she might be experiencing. That is not the only trait of perseverance and integrity that Ryan exhibits. She stands for what is right, and she also helps others be a social partner when they are just not being fair. She asks others to join in when it seems like they are finding it hard to socialize within a group. She sets the stage to help others laugh when they could be crying. Ryan tries to see others' perspectives, and she keeps pushing them even when she may not have things all together herself. Ryan Love shows perseverance and then some. Thank you, Ryan!
I heard that, Mom.
This is yours.
Look at my OCD because I got to see your name. Okay, y'all. Are you ready? Your principal, your family, congratulations, Ryan. Right on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
And next we have Mr. Angel Quinteras Cruz. Did I say that right? Yes. Okay, good. Yay! This is yours. All right. Angel is, and he really is, one of the kindest, most hardworking students. He is a loyal friend. He is a mentor to students who are still developing their skills. Miss Dr. Giroux says, I can always count on him when I need a trusted student for a classroom job, and his friends can count on him to always tell the truth. His grades are fantastic. He maintains all A average, and Dr. Giroux is very proud to be his teacher and happy to have him as Student of the Month. I'm proud to be your principal and happy to have you.
Good job, Angel. Beautiful. Look at little brother. He's so excited.
Are you ready?
And while Angel is making it to a seat, we see Miss Carter has come into the space, right, Miss Carter? Okay, we're going to take a couple minutes just to make sure Miss Carter gets her award. This is our other baby from Lessinger. She came ready, okay? Look at that beautiful spring yellow. A little leather jacket. I need one of those, okay?
Hello, everyone. We have Miss Carter Brooks. She is a student at Lessinger in Miss Baylor and Miss Mammo's class. Carter is bright, perceptive, and thoughtful young lady. She is incredibly creative and always caring towards her friends. She has a huge heart, loves helping others, and takes pride in her work, both academically and using her creativity. Carter is determined, independent, and always knows what she wants to create. She is truly a joy for her teachers to have in their class. We want to give Carter a...
You look so cute, Carter.
Pretty girl.
Okay. Sunshine with a little spice. I see it.
Carter, look at me real quick. I got the gifts. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
At this time, we will have Key Elementary to present their Students of the Month. Let's welcome up Principal Demila Prince in this beautiful fuchsia. Or hot pink, whatever this is.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am Ms. Demila Prince, the proud principal of Key Elementary, and I am excited to honor and celebrate our 2 Key Falcon Students of the Month. And we're going to start with our 4th grader, and that's Miss Brooklyn Edwards. Yes, Brooklyn. Come on over, Brooklyn. All right. When asked to think of a student who is positive, respectful, and consistently demonstrates integrity, her teacher immediately thought of her. She said that she is more than happy to select her as the Student of the Month at Key Elementary. Through her hard work and determination, Brooklyn has shown what it means to be a successful and caring student. She has demonstrated great excellence for her education, a strong sense of leadership, and compassion for the other students in the classroom. She has shown dedication to her education by striving to increase her iReady scores and working hard towards earning good grades. Brooklyn is a friend to everyone in her grade and is always willing to help others or share a kind word. Lastly, she honors all school and class rules to ensure everyone is in a safe and respectful learning environment. And this is from her teacher, Miss Latanya Thomas. She said, "Congratulations, Brooklyn. Keep up the excellent dedication to your education, and thank you for all that you demonstrate."
Beautiful. Come on, Village. I see Grandma back there. I see Brother Jeremiah, Mama, and Daddy.
We're doing a 2 for all. Okay, y'all got 2 pictures. All right.
Got all the people.
Okay,
Get
whole
together,
village.
like
Come
11
on.
So we're going to do the first round. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to get one more. Yes, you go. Well, let me get this one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Good job, Grandma.
All right, and we have our 5th grade Student of the Month, Miss Malaysia Jordan Randall. Miss Malaysia's teacher, Mr. Jameson, is here to present her award and talk about how amazing she is. I'm going to call Mr. Jameson up.
And before I speak about Malaysia, I just want to, first of all, say congratulations to Brooklyn again, and also highlight her brother, who's doing some amazing things in the class. And I wanted him to hear it come from me, because that family, as you can see, they have an amazing village, and they're doing some amazing things with the kids. And I just wanted to celebrate him too. So can we clap it up for him as well?
Hi, Jeremiah.
Now, Malaysia. Malaysia is doing some amazing things in the classroom. She is a thoughtful and responsible student who consistently makes good choices, and she sets a positive example for her peers. She shows leadership by volunteering to help her classmates. She doesn't wait for anybody else to start. She takes initiative on group projects and group assignments, and she's an active participant in school activities. She also contributes to ideas that inspire others to get involved. She's a rallier. She likes to rally people and get people involved. And I want to spill a little tea about that, because she had to learn how to do that And at the beginning of the year, and I told her I would tell it, she struggled because I was like, Malaysia, why are you talking in class? You're not disrespectful and all these things. She's like, well, they talking to me, so I feel like I gotta respond. And I said, well, a real leader helps people by doing the right thing and helps their friends by doing the right thing, even when they feel like they got to do the wrong thing to accommodate their friends. And so, man, she got that skill because she was tired of her mom being called. And that was, September, October. She's been smooth sailing, and she has developed into an amazing leader. And she doesn't just say it, she lives it. And so I want to celebrate her and honor her for that.
I know that's right. Yes,
Okay, Mike is here, twins.
You got it from my mama?
No. Wait a minute. Can we just a little bit this way? I gotta get everybody in. I'm getting you in, honey. Go get your. And then y'all stand next to each other. Y'all the same height. I need y'all. Okay. You ready? Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Congratulations, Malaysia.
Congratulations.
Next up, we will have Oak Park Preparatory Academy, represented by the proud principal, Douglas Island. Don't slip now, Miss Noor.
Hey. Off the camera, do y'all something.
Yes, he did.
He got and the
Old
bag.
swag bag.
Okay,
Uh-huh,
and the
uh-huh.
bag. Here you go, I got you.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Doug Island, and I am, as mentioned, the proud principal of Oak Park Prep. And this evening, I have the privilege of honoring 2 awesome 8th grade students. Our first student, Adelia Obang. Adelia has been selected as the Student of the Month for May 2026 because of her outstanding work ethic, positive attitude, and dedication to learning. Nominated by her teachers, Adelia is the ideal student who consistently works hard and gives her best effort in everything she does. She is not afraid to ask questions when she needs help and is always willing to support her classmates when they need assistance. Adelia regularly goes above and beyond expectations, often requesting extra work, and I can attest to that as she is always on the leaderboard in our IXL competitions, that she can complete in her free time. Her motivation, responsibility, and kindness make her a wonderful role model for her peers. We are proud to recognize Adelia for her achievements and commitment to excellence.
Come on, family. Okay. Come on. Come on. Hello. Oh, twins. You got it. Hey, you guys. Ready? 1, 2. Got it. Yay! And this way.
You ready, Jay Sean?
Our next honoree, my man Jay Sean Johnson. All right, Jay Sean Johnson has been selected as Student of the Month for May 2026 because of his outstanding attitude, strong work ethic, and positive energy. His teachers describe him as someone with contagious enthusiasm who brings joy and excitement into the classroom each day. When Jay Sean walks into the room, his cheerful personality and bright spirit immediately make a positive impact on those around him. Jay Sean is an excellent student who works hard and strives to do his very best at all times. Even when he gets a little loud, facts. It is often because he and his classmates are passionately debating the correct answers to a question, showing his love for learning and engagement in classroom discussions. As a high achiever, Jay Sean never settles for less and consistently pushes himself to succeed. His determination, confidence, and positivity make him a great example for his peers.
Come on, family.
That's right, Mama.
I can wait on you if you want me to. Ready? All right, family. Okay, Sean, ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you. And for the sign. He was like, oh, he was like, she got another sign.
All right, up next, we will have our beautiful and wonderful high school principal, Miss Renita Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Island. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Renita Williams. I am the very proud principal of Oak Park High School. It is my honor to present 2 of our knights for Scholar of the Month for May, and I'm looking at Zaire Foster. Come on up, Zaire. So Zaire is the class of 2029, and she is a 9th grade student at Oak Park High School. And as a freshman, it is very difficult to transition into high school from middle school, but she has done an amazing job academically, socially, behaviorally, all of the things. And so it is my honor to honor her tonight with Student of the Month. Zaire was nominated by her teacher, Mrs. Freeland, and according to Mrs. Freeland, Zaire has been focused and on task. Additionally, this semester, she received honor roll, and she's been helpful to others, to her peers in the classroom. Zaire has consistently demonstrated excellence in character, behavior, effort, social responsibility, and attendance. She has had an excellent start into high school, earning a 3.4 as her starting cumulative GPA.
All right.
In addition to Ms. Friedland raving about Zaire, her U.S. history teacher, Mrs. Patterson, has noted that it is a pleasure to have her in class. Her biology teacher, also Mrs. Jordan, notes that she actively participates in class as well. It is with great pride that the Oak Park High School administration recognizes and honors our 9th grade Scholar of the Month, Zaire Foster, as our Scholar of the Month.
That's right, Mama.
Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
Okay, our next Scholar of the Month is class of 2026, Nathan Glover. He's sharp. Y'all better stand up for him. Listen.
Nathan was ready.
One of my seniors, okay? Yes. Nathan was nominated by his council. Let me pause for a second. This is like an awesome kid. Personality, intellect, all around, just awesome kid. He was nominated by his counselor, Mrs. Tennille Winston McQuarrie. And according to Mrs. Winston McQuarrie, Nathan has been on task since she met him. Now at the end of his senior year, he is still walking in his purpose with more determination than ever. Nathan is incredibly positive towards students and staff and often saying kind words and smiling as he goes beyond about his day. If you ever get to know Nathan well enough, he may even crack a smile and a joke for you. He is super helpful, he's dependable, and maintains stellar grades. He will often volunteer to help in whatever way he can, but that is no surprise as he is a dedicated member of our National Honor Society. He spent 1 year at OTEC studying automotive tech and helps his family with their cars in his free time.
I know that's right.
Lastly, Nathan is safe. He recently joined the Army National Guard and has already begun his training. He spends some weekends away from home training and learning what he needs to do to keep our entire nation safe. So he's already started training. OPHS has an amazing soon-to-be graduate standing right here. So a fun fact about Nathan is that his dad is a mechanic and has been for over 30 years. And his father is his first teacher who taught him how to be a mechanic. Nathan is experienced in old school mechanics and will seek to learn about new technologies. He is also interested in welding. His hobbies are reading, video games, and working on stuff as he is easily bored and often has to find things to do. He loves action movies and his favorites are The Raid 2 and Rush Hour. It is with great pride that the Oak Park High School administration recognizes and honors our Senior Scholar of the Month, Nathan Glover. Give it up for our mechanic.
Okay. Our very dapper mechanic.
Sure. Dress for success.
Okay.
Okay, now we will have our principal of Nova Academy, Mr. Mario Evans.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I don't see my families in the audience, but I'll presume forward with reading of the summary of my students. Nova High School Student of the Month recognition. Nova High School is proud to recognize 2 outstanding 9th grade students as Student of the Month, demonstrating leadership, character, academic engagement, and positive impact on the school culture, while exemplifying the core values of Nova: nurturing relationships, outstanding achievement, vision for the future, and accountability. The first student I recognize is Jamar Harrison, 9th grade student, nominated by the counselor, Mr. Stevenson. Jamar Harrison is consistently demonstrating exceptional character, responsibility, and commitment to the Nova community. In addition to maintaining strong attendance and positive behavior, Jamar willingly stepped into the leadership role by assisting several students who were transitioning into the school environment. Jamar was personally asked to help students and help support the new students, the Woods brothers, as they assimilated into Nova High School, while also assisting another student, Jaden Diggs, with catching up with classwork. Jamar completed each task with maturity, patience, and without complaint. His willingness to support others created a meaningful, impactful to all 3 students and strongly reflects Nova core values of nurturing relationships and accountability through the mentorship, leadership, and service. Jamar's consistent character and actions continue to positively influence the school culture and demonstrate the importance of students supporting one another in the learning community. Jamar Harrison. The next student was mentioned in the message before, Stefan Woods, 9th grade student as well, is nominated by Mrs. Garrow. Stefan has quickly distinguished himself as an outstanding student through the daily participation, respectful demeanor, and consistent engagement in the classroom. Stefan actively contributes to the classroom discussion, asks thoughtful questions, and encourages peer engagement around curriculum and learning. Beyond academics, Stefan is recognized for his kindness, positive attitude, excellent manner. He interacts positively with his peers and staff and contributes positively to the culture and climate of Nova High School, Nova Academy High School. Stefan exemplifies Nova's core values, outstanding achievement, and nurturing relationships through his academic engagement, collective spirit, and respectful interaction with others. Stefan serves as a positive example of student leadership and demonstrates a strong vision of the future through his commitment, learning, growth, and creating a positive educational environment. These students represent the core values and the vision of Nova Academy High School, and through their actions, leadership, and commitment, to supporting those around them. Mr. Stefan Woods.
Thank you to all of our families and student scholars for Students of the Month, and that is Students of the Month, Vice President.
All right, congratulations to all of the Student of the Month. We're going to take a 5-minute break, let everyone leave, and then we'll come back. All right, welcome back to school board meeting. We're at item BC, presentation from DK Security Services. Oh, Mr. Falk. We're
Yes.
gonna have Mr. Falk talk first.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to just say good evening, Board of Education. And I'm going to tell you that this has been a process. As you know, we had an RFP to go out because we wanted to do a little bit better with our security team. So we actually had about 20 different companies to actually apply. And in our process, we had to go through 20 thick packages of materials. So let me just tell you who was on the team. Of course, you know, we had our illustrious interim superintendent, Ms. Murphy. We had, as well as Yolanda Herb. We had Tiffany Cabell. We had myself. We had Doug Island. And we had Lamont Fondren. That was the team. So we actually started off, Tiffany and I, looking at each one of those packets separately, her and I. We narrowed it down to 3. The 3 were Dean Burke, okay, LaGuardia, and DK. DK did a fabulous job presenting and telling us the things that they can actually do. One of the big pieces is making sure that we have enough staff and that they can do it in an affordable way, of course, because we know that security can be costly. So what I want to do now, where's my sidekick? Come on. I'm her sidekick and she's mine. One of the things that we actually did well, we actually worked really well together as a team. And we wanted to make sure that we did right by Oak Park, to make sure that we got the best security company that we actually interviewed. And pretty much unanimously we chose DK. So at this time, I'm going to bring up Team DK. I was going to mention all their names, but I'm going to bring them all up. And I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Come on.
Is there any paperwork?
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with the board. Thank you so much for your guys' time and allowing us to speak. We'll have a little bit of a shuffle going on here this evening as we go through our presentation. We'll certainly make sure we'll hit the key points to stay on our time. But to get things started, we'll go ahead and do a little meet the team. So my name's Nick Goolsby. I'm our Director of Sales and Business Development. I championed our effort from the beginning through our collaboration with Oak Park Schools to where we're at today. The one person that's on this slide here that you see that's not here today is Jacob Emsweiler, our Director of Operations. He'll be one of the key leadership members from the operations side through our partnership as we start with Oak Park Schools. But I'll step off to the side and let our other team members introduce themselves, and I'll jump back in the mic.
Good evening. My name is Jason Knight. I'm the Director of Compliance and Training for DK Security.
Good evening. My name is Elias Williams. I'm the Vice President of Operations for DK Security for East Michigan and Ohio. Thank you for having us here today.
And my name is Jamie Laxon. I'm the Vice President of Human Resources, and I oversee all the recruitment and selection process as well as the human resource function across the company.
I'm Roy Hudson, Operations Manager for the Eastern District. For East District, sorry about that. Yep.
And then I did leave all of our contact information in there too, so should there be any questions or need for collaboration post today's meeting, that there's an open line of communication for anybody at the DK Security team. But jumping into our agenda today, we'll briefly cover our staffing coverage plan in addition to our recruitment, hiring, and retention. We'll cover our hospitality security, which we take very seriously at DK Security. Some of our training and development approach from the time of hire for new staff or any incumbent staff that we retain through collaboration with Oak Park Schools. We'll jump into our cost proposal, just a review with that, and the DK difference that you guys will come to expect with our partnership with Oak Park Schools.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. So real quick, regarding staffing coverage, one of the big things here that we pride ourselves on is a dedicated recruiting team to ensure that everybody is staffed the way they should be with the contract that was signed, to ensure that we're doing right by you, getting what should be provided. We do that in a lot of different ways with different coverage options, flex staff options, things that we do to ensure trained alternatives are also made available to ensure that everything for the academic year and beyond is set as expected. We have already had the conversations about those continued staff members that hold on after the academic year is wrapped up and kind of alternate homes. That was something actually Derek and Tiffany brought up as really important, making sure that those consistent staff members have options when it's not in school year, which we have plenty of options available to keep staff members year round. So that was exciting to hear that that's actually something that we can identify and work on. And then another big thing is making sure that we're staffing your schools with who it is that you're interested in seeing repeat as officers. So if there's any incumbents who have worked really well with the school that you're interested in us reaching out to, that's something immediately post-award we touch base with the operations for Oak Park Schools and see who we can touch base with that might be a great individual to bring back.
Yeah, so from a recruitment, hiring, and retention perspective, We're pretty fortunate at DK to have a whole host of in-house recruiters. We don't outsource that to anyone. We have 10 dedicated individuals across the state of Michigan to make sure that we service our clients and find the right quality candidates that you all are looking for to have on your staff. So if we don't have incumbents coming on board, that we identify just the right candidates to make sure that we're representing DK, but you all as most effectively as we can. So in that effort, we go through a multi-step process to screen, interview, and then find those candidates that align with who, again, you're looking for. One of the things that we do a little bit differently is that we ensure that all of our clients have the opportunity to weigh in on that interview process if you'd like. That's something that we can totally internalize and handle ourselves if that's the desire to just say, hey, we want to tell you what the need is and make that happen. But in turn, we can also work with you collaboratively to say, hey, we've identified these particular candidates and feel that these are going to be the right fit, but you guys have an opportunity to weigh in on that, so particularly the school staff there. And then retention. We're focused on making sure that we retain our staff and are consistently training them for a variety of opportunities. So as Elias was mentioning, we have the summer opportunities there where maybe we need to find other hour opportunities to make sure we keep those staff retained, so when the coming school year is upon, we have them. So we cross-train them at a variety of different sites in the local area to make sure that we have those folks, along with a couple recognition programs that we utilize, one of them particularly being our Outstanding Performer Award. When people do good work, we want to identify it and call it out. So that's not just from our clients who say, hey, we've gotten a particularly great officer that's doing well, but even employees or their supervision calling those individuals out, we want to make sure they're acknowledged for that. And then we certainly are going above to make sure we're offering competitive wages. So that's something that we take very clear intention to make sure that we're looking at the market and finding what's in line with what the wages should be, so that way, again, we can retain those staff and focus on good quality career growth for them.
Thank you. So a couple key things that we focus on here for DK Security are what we call the gifts policy, which focuses on hospitality security and kind of our customer service and friendly manner for dealing with conflict and resolution. And then also de-escalation, which we'll get into a little bit here after this. But the first slide you're seeing here is our gifts policy. I think you all got a card actually of this in the packet you were given with the presentation. If not, I have some hard copy cards. But this is a required part of the uniform for every officer. And this kind of takes the full ideology of what DK Security embodies ever since its founding in 1995. Is kind of how approach should be handled with security from everybody that's interacting with anyone at any time. And it's a service-focused security model centered on professionalism and approachability. We don't want to be the mean mug officer who's just there, not approachable. We firmly believe the best way to develop rapport is be somebody that makes eye contact, says, how are you doing today? Good to see you here today. Thank you for being here today. It helps you be recognized, and also helps people know that you're there paying attention. And making sure we're balancing that visibility at all times with positive interactions. And the gifts, greeting, information, friendly, thank you, and security is what makes that core ideology for us. And then going on, like we mentioned, the de-escalation piece as well. This got added a little bit more recently. This right here is as we developed more and more in our diverse security mindset, realizing that de-escalation is a huge part of what we're doing regardless of where we're at, and it's always something that staff can use additional training on. So this became another required card to carry with some of these helpful de-escalation tools that come with our training and are also part of that required uniform now. Big things are empathizing, stay calm, try and have a conversation with somebody, hear what they are trying to tell you, understand them, and always stay calm, understand it's not about you, stay level-headed. Redirecting, while doing that, making sure we're respecting personal space so that you have both a safe distance, but you can, be safe for yourself and for your surroundings. Make sure you're not overacting, and set limits and what you're looking for with consequences that have been described. Hey, if you're not going to move this vehicle, then I'm going to have to reach out to police or reach out to get your vehicle towed potentially. Can you please do that for me? Using those empowering tactics that are made available to you.
And then moving into our training and development approach. At DK Security, we take training very serious with all of our officers. And we break it down into 3 main categories. So obviously our new hire orientation. Whenever anybody is brought onto DK Security, they go through their new hire orientation. And I'll cover each one more in depth, but it's a 2-part process, part in person and part virtual. Once they've completed that, then we start covering site-specific training. So training that's going to be directed directly towards whatever site that they're going to be assigned to, in this case, Oak Park. And then we move on to sustainment training. So the individual can continue to learn, continue to grow, and remember the items that they've been taught. So real quick, going over the new hire orientation, like I said, it's kind of Security 101. They get taught the basics, report writing, conflict resolution, patrol techniques, items that any security officer, regardless of the location that they're assigned to, would get trained on. From there, we move on to site-specific training. As we all know, regardless of what location that a person might work at, there's going to be some things that are similar, but there's going to be a lot that's different. Even with school systems, we've learned, whether it's you're in elementary, middle school, high school, or secondary in the college level, there's going to be a lot that is different from each level of education. So we need to make sure that we're training those individuals on that specific training. And we utilize a LMS, a learning management system called DK University, that is highly customizable and that we can put in and take out certain training topics to make sure that each security officer is getting the appropriate training. Some of the site-specific topics, building orientation, for example. When they arrive on site the first day, we want to make sure that they know exactly how a building is laid out. That's going to play big into if there's emergency procedures, fire drills, tornado drills, active threats of violence drills. We need our officers to know how a building is laid up or laid out in order for them to be able to help the individuals in that building and help and protect individuals. As well as patrol techniques. It's great that you know how to do a foot patrol and when you should be doing it, but if you don't know how the building is laid out, it's not going to really do you much good if you're missing half the building because you didn't know a certain wing in the building existed. So making sure that those officers during their on-the-job training are properly taught, these are what the expectations are, and that way it's very clear and concise. And then moving on to our sustainment training. With our sustainment training, we rely heavily on DK University, but a portion of that is also done in person as well. So a couple items that are sustainment trainings might be something that's internal. So if it's a policy change within our organization, or if it's a law that recently changed that impacts security and limitations on when we can and can't do. But obviously the bigger part of that on the sustainment training is feedback from Oak Park and understanding these are certain areas that, at no fault of DK, but we need to brush up on, or this is maybe an area where we need to provide additional training to the officers that are assigned to that location. And like I said, those are very customizable. We try to set it up, for the year. It might be monthly sustainment training, could be quarterly, could be every 6 months. Whatever is decided, we can make it happen. Additionally, with us being able to control that system, if, say, we had laid out the next 6 months, this is what the sustainment training is going to be. However, something happened during those 6 months, we need to change something. Give us 30 days notice, not even that, sometimes 2 weeks notice, enough time for us to develop a new training module. Hey, this is obviously urgent, something important. We're going to push that out as sustainment training. And like I said, we like to kind of balance it out with some in-person learning. Kind of going back to the building layout. A lot of our schools, what we've started doing is when there's a break in the school year, whether it's in between school years or maybe it's a longer vacation, we try to bring all officers in for in-person training and kind of do tabletop exercises, whether it's putting up a picture of the school that they're working in and saying, hey, we have this type of issue. How would you handle it? And it allows the other officers to gain ideas from their coworkers as well. I might have dealt with an individual one way and it worked out great for me, and Elias might not have ever dealt with that situation, and he might deem that as useful and something that he could learn and use in his day-to-day. So it's very customizable, but our mindset is we always want our officers to always be growing, always be learning, and it keeps those important items at the forefront.
Hello again, everybody. All right, so jumping into the cost proposal. So in our industry, a lot of these RFP processes, the rates are indicated based off of per hour per officer. So as you guys can see on this slide here, we have our security officer and lead officer rates that are indicated on there. Our overtime rate and holiday rate would be 1.5 times the set hourly rate. Our weekends, overnights, we don't have any additional clauses that we put into there. We honor that at the same rate. And then at the bottom there, that rate is based off, so the full year forecast is based off of the academic school year calendar. So should there be any nuances throughout the school year, if there's an incident that happens somewhere where there's a coverage request on top of what that contract would be, we're certainly able to help out the school district, and we would not enact or pass through any other costs without the express written consent of Oak Park Schools, and we would make sure that's well communicated and documented ahead of time. But one thing that you see with those yearly increases is that that's a 3.5% increase year over year with that contract. And the reason that we do that is part of our retention efforts, as you can see in the next page, is for our security officer pay rates, is to allow them to be able to get a pay rate increase to promote that retention. So if they stay through a school year and then services are great, there's no need to bring in new staff, they come back, then they're coming back at a higher rate, and that's just part of what we do to promote that retention. So should there be any questions as we get towards the back end on cost, more than happy to address any of those comments. The thing I'll close on this is when it comes to our training, we do not pass through any of that training costs on the Oak Park Schools. That's all on our what we consider non-billable time. So anything from the time of hire through their on-the-job training, that's going to be on our cost to make sure that there's a well-rounded security officer for Oak Park Schools.
Okay, and then just some
I'm
final-
sorry to interrupt, but could you repeat what you said about the non-need? I was trying to catch up when you were talking about.
Yeah, are you talking about the non-billable
Yes.
costs? Yeah, so that's what we consider our costs that we would pay to our security staff that would not be billable back to Oak Park Schools. So that's going to be the time from when they're hired, going through the orientation at our Troy office, through their identified on-the-job training time at their specifically assigned Oak Park school. So that time is not going to be any cost that's passed on to Oak Park Schools.
And what about the weekend? You were saying.
Yeah, so should there be any additional needs for sporting events that go through the district, we don't charge any multipliers on weekend or overnight hours. We would honor that at the same hourly rate during the school year, during the academic calendar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you said how much time goes into training, the non-billable portion that you were
Yeah, so
referring
our
to?
typical standard is 72 hours, but as we develop that security plan, as we start this partnership, it could be different for an individualized school where the high school might require a little bit more time versus another school. But we would work that out with Oak Park Schools, and we would have an identified plan per school.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so just some of our final points here before we relinquish our time is talking about the DK difference. You know, what is it that kind of sets us apart from other providers? And I think a big thing with our organization is having a responsive local operations management team. Our office is based in Troy. That's where this entire team, minus Jason, works. And we have a local dedicated operations manager, which is a position that doesn't work with a lot of other providers. But it's somebody who's here dedicated at that operations level to assist with your needs at the school, and is a level kind of between probably what you're used to seeing for on-site supervision and then like a huge regional figurehead with another organization. And that person's position, being Roy in this case, is really dedicated to streamlining communication, making sure that any needs for any of the partners she works with are met instantaneously, being there 24/7 on call to take any of those. And he's that dedicated operations manager. The other big thing is the huge human resources department we have, which per capita of employee is beefy. Somebody who's here to help, again, streamline those hiring, recruiting efforts, somebody here who's here to take in any concerns or issues from a partner group. Another wonderful thing is a 24/7 command center. So we have a command center that's staffed by 2 officers 24/7, works out of Grand Rapids, but they service the state of Michigan. And that's if for any time, for any reason, you weren't able to get a hold of a dedicated operations team member, you can get a hold of that command center, which everybody in our organization knows, and they can put you in touch with anybody. They can put you in touch with me at 2 in the morning if you need to, because you can't get a hold of somebody else, and that's why they're there, is to be able to assist with that. And then biggest thing here is it's a relationship founded on mutual goals, and it's a partnership that we want to maintain. You know, I think we go a lot deeper than just client-contractor model. We want to figure out what works for you and help you achieve that, and we work really hard to make that happen. That's all. Any questions? Thank you.
Any questions?
Yes, I have some. Well, go ahead, Ty.
Start. No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I'm after you. I got a lot of questions.
I have actually a lot of questions. I do apologize, but coming from the field, the one thing that I guess that I was looking or waiting to hear is when you speak of the training, I heard it was a lot, and I'm trying to when you spoke about learning the building. At what point, as far as time, do you think that these officers, security officers, will know the building and the outside? And I don't know, you know, if you could just elaborate a little bit on, you know, learning the building, like, because we have a lot of electronical things around, like, you know, Evolve. I didn't hear you all mention about the Evolve. And the other, you know, components that we have in the school as far as safety. Is it that they are aware of these items? Because I do believe we have in our bathrooms. Miss Tiffany can probably tell. Oh, we don't have anything in the bathroom. Oh, I thought we had the. Oh, okay. So anyway, so yeah, like. How savvy are they with these things?
Yeah, so regarding the total amount of time it would take to train an officer entirely, that to some extent is going to be subjective, absolutely. Going in, I think Nick was mentioning best practice regarding that 72 hours maybe for something this size of a scale, you know, with a building, whatever size we're working with, based on what all they need to know. But that to some extent will certainly be a conversation had with the local authority for whoever's running that facility for Oak Park Schools. Some facilities it might be a little less, some it might require more, certainly. And that entire timeline is meant to ensure that they know all of those things. You know, this is how you run an Evolve system. This is how we do metal detecting at this facility. These are the entrances you need to do that for. These are where the restrooms are. These are where your emergency stations for an AED would be, etc. That's all tied into that. And again, it really is best projection we can give you for right now is best practice. But yeah, I would say probably 5 days of training for some of these sites, you know, up to 72 hours like Nick mentioned, which would be that, you know, 8 days.
So the 72 hours would be, of course, for the building. What about the culture? What about the children? I continue to hear the de-escalation. But in order to de-escalate, you really have to assess, you know, your environment. So would that also, or is there a time limit to that as well?
So as far as just kind of becoming comfortable with the environment you're working within, with the group that you might be interacting with daily, I don't think, again, I have a set time frame for you. I mean, we would certainly be looking for feedback from the staff members who are there, the leadership who's there. You know, if there is an identified, hey, we're having some issues and concerns with, we don't seem to communicate well with these aspects, and we might need to have them hang around longer to get these things under their belt, comfortable with, certainly. As far as environment goes, I think that's maybe a huge reason retention is such a big deal, and why it will be really good to know, are there staff members we're planning on bringing back? If so, how many at each school? You know, because those are huge things that will help us identify You know, if we have a 90% return at a school, we're probably not as concerned in those cases about like a cultural clash. Whereas if we have a 10% return, okay, this might take a bit longer to get everybody on the same page, certainly. But those are all things that we're aware of. I don't know if I can give you a hard number without actually starting.
Yeah. And I was just looking at a synopsis or a rough estimate, because I do know that, when you're new, it is going to take time, and I'm not, negating that. But I do know that, with training and different things and de-escalating and, showing the smiley face and different things, it's a test and trial and an error of, to once you get there. The other thing was the space. You talked about the stay calm and the redirecting of challenging questions. Let me ask this. So I don't want to get into depth of a situation, but I do want to say that you mentioned the word space. And if that is someone in the space, are they to redirect out of the space, or do we speak with our hands up because we have someone in our space? What is that training like?
Well, so specifically, de-escalation's part of our defensive tactics training.
So it is a tactic. That was my next question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So when I was talking about space, I'm mostly safe distance, closing distance, personal space. Obviously, that's always a best case scenario, right? You can't always plan to have somebody right up a half a foot from you. But certainly, finding ways to mitigate that situation, step back from it if possible, make your way into a safe space, have a partner with you so that you can work with somebody else to help mitigate whatever has inflated that situation. It's very situational, absolutely. But yeah, that specifically just about space in general is just talking about safe space, communicating.
This would be my last question, and it is to Mr. Falk. Mr. Falk, are you going to update this service if it's rendered of having a meeting, this child is that child, if you have, dismissal time, or you have, some, like to say, hey, how you doing? And some like to say, yeah, who you, and it's just facts. So I was just wondering.
This is what I would like to say at this time. We're not throwing away everything that we do have, because a lot of this, you got to remember that we work directly with Oak Park Public Safety every single day. Okay, part of our de-escalation training that we already do is working directly with the officers right at Oak Park Public Safety. So they're going to be partners into what it is that we're doing. So there are a lot of things that they don't know. They haven't gone through the training talking about evolve as far as how we do evolve. And there are things that they are going to bring to the table that are going to be very important for us to kind of move forward. But we already have some things that work very, very well. So I just believe the collaboration is going to be key. That's going to be the key component of how we move forward.
I'm only asking this because I'm very passionate. I saw a video that took place, and I did not like what I saw. And based on that video, it is very important that we understand that we cannot have that happen ever again. So that de-escalation, that communication, we have to have that 200-fold, because we don't want any incidents. We want to be safe as possible.
Yes. If you don't mind me saying this, one of the key reasons of choosing DK was about having staff being retained, because we have been training staff all year basically on just trying to learn de-escalation. And there's nothing wrong with going over de-escalation over and over. We're training new people, because just like now, we have 4 new people coming in. I mean, we're towards the end of the year. We should be beyond that. We should be in level 3 de-escalation training. So this is very important. This is an important time in Oak Park for us to have this relationship, and hopefully it's going to pan out. I believe it'll pan out well.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, can I make one
sure.
more comment? So specifically speaking to the Evolve too, because I know you mentioned that directly. So we work with a lot of entertainment venues that use Evolve style systems. So we do have representatives that we work with where we can get that training of the specific Evolve system, and we can incorporate that into our learning management software, so they know the basics of Evolve going into the on-the-job portion once they get to their respective school. And then when it gets into the Oak Park District policy of what the specific screening would look like, that would be part of our security plan that we would work with the school to make sure that they know how to operate Evolve. And then once they get on site, they know what the specific policy of Oak Park schools are for what they're screening for. So I just wanted to make a quick comment on that.
Would this be the first school that you all have?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
So we have
In
service-
Detroit, I mean, in Michigan?
No, ma'am. We have a lot of schools that we have service, and I'd be more than happy to provide the years of experience.
Yeah, I
that we've
didn't
been
see
at all
that
the
on the
schools.
presentation. Usually it's
Yes,
listed.
absolutely. That was part of our proposal that we provided, but yeah, we'd be more than happy to provide that to the board. But we have plenty of partners in the K through 12 and higher education space that we've serviced for multiple decades.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead. Trustee Tyler, you had questions?
Oh, yes. How y'all doing? Good. Presentation look good on paper, but I'm about operation and making it happen. Okay, I've worked in security for over 15 years. And so my first question was definitely about the Evolve, but my main question is about your training. Okay, I see that, you have the DK Advantage, DK, but everything you said is on a computer. 90% is on a computer. And so I'm looking for on-the-job training. I'm looking for in-service. What do you know about CPI training?
CPI, specifically CPI, I'm aware they're a vendor, and they have, I think it's de-escalation training is one of the main things that they do, if I'm not mistaken. We've utilized some of the CPI training from other instructors in times past to kind of incorporate into some de-escalation trainings that we've put together, but utilizing CPI specifically, that's not something we do. That's kind of where I'm like, I know CPI exists, but what the breakdown is,
I think we need to learn that before we say yes.
Sure.
Because that deals with a lot of our specialized services kids. And
Oh,
so,
does it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's
I
what
was
it
not
deals
familiar
with.
with that.
Yeah, so if we would, so you say that you work with schools, and so that's not, that kind of like blew my mind when I said it. Everybody on the wall was like, "Whoa, what is that?"
Sure.
And so I think we need to go back to definitely before I say yes to you about that CPI training, because that is definitely what is needed, that CPI training, because everything is not hands-on 90% of the time. And so that's my first question, so let me write that. Can I see it? Okay, no, that's okay. So then my next question is about retention and retaining security officers. What is your method? What is your method in retaining that you're so good at that other security have not been? And we've been with the last security team with BM Bird for over 12 years, if I'm not mistaken. So what makes you so different in that area?
Sure. Well, primarily the major focus is we want to offer competitive wages. We understand that the economy can be difficult, and people need to have a means of living and a wage that allows them to do that. So that's number one, is we need to find an effective wage that's going to be competitive out in the market. Second to that is obviously offering quality benefits, so those people have the ability to afford and do the things in life that they want to be able to do, but have the ability to get the health care and get the different levels of insurance that they're going to need. So benefits, critical piece there. But I mentioned cross-training, and that's a critical area too. So not every officer is going to be in a full-time status, just depending on the needs of the site and what we're specifically looking at for that particular position. But we want to make sure we give them an ability to be able to move to other sites and get other hour opportunities, and that's a big piece for retention. People want to grow into the company. They need to learn. They need to have the ability to advance their career. Maybe that's picking up 20 hours at Oak Park School. But then also there's other opportunities where maybe they get into another aspect of security that really is something that they've been looking for. And we find the right person that we need to have at Oak Park Schools, but that was the person that fit really well into another area, but because we offered the cross-training opportunity to give them that career advancement and the fact that we're constantly growing. I mean, from where we were in 1995 to where we are today is very different. And the reality of that is we are constantly promoting from within. That is our culture, that's our mindset. And I'm a product of that, so many of my colleagues are as well, that we focus on promoting from within and offering those opportunities. So building up our staff, identifying where we can promote but train and grow that potential. That's a critical piece for us to find where we have the value and invest in that. So those are just some key areas and the focus that, retention is critical, and obviously there's a lot of institutional knowledge that is kept from those continuing year-over-year staff, whether it be at here at Oak Park Schools or any client location. It's critical, and we want to maintain that.
Thank you. I'm gonna piggyback on, off of my trustee. I would like to know what schools, you all worked in, because I hear you say, you do a lot of cross-training. So, working in a arena of clubbing or special events or doing special bodyguard is totally different from a school, perspective. So I would definitely like to know what schools of them, that you are servicing now, as well as I looked at the cost of this. One thing you know about me, security, when we say security, security has no limit in cost because our safety of our students is our number one priority in educating them. And so I'm looking at these numbers here. My first question is to Falk or either Tiffany, and then I'll come back to you. What are the officers making now?
I can answer that for you.
You can?
18 for regular, 20 for lead.
No, I think some leagues making different.
With an asterisk. One lead making different.
18 to 20. Okay, so I'm looking at, so 18 to 20, that's what they're making now?
No, 18 and 20.
Eight.
So it's 18, 20, I'm sorry. You have 18, 20, then you have Mr. Hollowell, who makes 25 plus, and then you have one other league that makes 25 plus.
Okay, so we would, okay, good, so I knew that. So so you're saying 25 plus, and then the officers make 18. Okay, so, we paying them 45 to something dollars an hour. And that's why I'm a very advocate on bringing security back into the district. I'm gonna tell you why I'm leading. Because when you have them in-house, you get a different level of service. And so, I'm looking at some of these numbers here, and we paying $40 an hour, but the officer ain't making but 20. And so, I'm not liking that at all. And so, no. Okay, I'll come back. I got a couple more, but go ahead, trustee.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, when you're mentioning that $40 an hour number, are you referencing off of our cost proposal? Because I think that might be the overtime figure that you're looking at. Our standard hourly rate is, for year one, would be $28.14.
Okay, 28. Yeah, but you're only paying the officer 18. 19, so you're making $9 and some change. To where I think you get a better officer. I think the rates right now are going anywhere from 20. You starting a lead officer at 21. A lot of your officers are starting at 21, and the lead should be making more than that.
Sure, and I can certainly make a note of that too, and that's just how our standard is, just that difference between the rates, and we can certainly work with the district to promote a higher rate with that. Certainly some room for collaboration.
But it's gonna put more in your pocket and less in their pocket, looking at it.
And to be completely transparent with you, what makes that difference? I mean, I know a lot of taxes, insurance, benefit costs go into that, but I mean, we can certainly work to be transparent with the district on that pricing.
Go ahead, I'll come back.
I know that we were talking about the difference because you service different sorts of organizations and businesses, right? You work in schools, I heard entertainment industries, right? And so something that you have on hiring is client aligned that really stood out to me. And so I'm just curious, when you are filling a position specifically for a school, because it's different, right? We're dealing with students, we're dealing with minors, and these are things that we need to handle in an even more cautious manner. And so when we're looking at being client aligned in our school system, exactly what does that mean for you guys? What are you considering when you're saying, okay, this person is good for entertainment, yet this person is aligned with the school district and will provide safety to the students? What are the difference
so
there?
A large part of that stems from the security plan too that we identify with the district to make sure that the core principles are there. But another part of that is is more of that hospitality side, where when you're an event venue where you need somebody that's a little bit more able, if it's ejecting somebody from a venue versus someone that's going to hold the ethics of the District of Oak Park Schools and DK Security, to have more of that customer service mindset to come first there, while still ensuring that they're keeping the safety of the students and staff as the first priority, but definitely the hospitality security mindset when it comes to schools. And I know it was asked about some of our experience. I do have that here. I can quickly run through that, some of our previous experience with other districts. I can go through that real quick. So Jenison Public Schools, 17 years. East Lansing Public Schools, 15 years. Godwin Heights Public Schools, 14 years. Waverly Community Schools, 2 years. Jackson County Intermediate School District, 2 years. We do have other higher education that's mixed in there too, so I just wanted to highlight those from some of the K through 12, and I can certainly take a snippet of this off our proposal and send this to the board as well, so you guys can have that to reference as well.
Are those the only schools? Are those any urban schools?
These are our K through 12s that we currently service. So it's primarily mid-Michigan.
Waverly would be an urban school setting.
Okay, yeah.
Just one?
And Godwin as well, yes.
Two.
Godwin as well.
East Lansing.
East Lansing, yes.
And Jackson County. And Genesee County.
Okay.
So in that respect, with regards to cultural competency, because obviously that's a concern for our community, what sort of detail goes into training your officers to be culturally competent and understand how diverse the culture is and how to handle that differently?
Yeah, sure. Equity inclusion training is a critical component. We obviously recognize that, and that's something that is included in the new hire training orientation process as well as the sustainment training. But the reality of it is we want our new hired officers to get acclimated to the school, get to know the students. That's part of that, what we consider the on-the-job training process. We need to understand, and we need to have our supervision understand, how is that dynamic working? And then that's a collaboration along with you all and the faculty to understand, are we seeing this dynamic work well? Because we can offer the training and we can assess, do they understand the core competent skills? But are we seeing that in the end product? So that's part of that on-the-job training process, to really evaluate, get that feedback. Are we seeing that officer be receptive to the needs and the dynamics that exist within a school setting? It is not a single silo. It is a web of consistent need and evolving change, and we want to impress that to the officer when we initially identify them. I think the question was asked, what do we do to really make sure it's client aligned? Looking at the background of these officers, we are not identifying somebody who is, typically right out of high school, right? Legally, they may be compliant to be hired, but that doesn't mean they're the right choice. We have to identify who has the right background to fit Oak Park Schools, or whomever that client may be. No matter what it is, trying to find the person that speaks well into that background to be able to come into that position and really be able to take advantage of learning all that we can share with them, but also run with what they've already experienced in past positions to offer something to the students and to the security team as a whole.
I do have a question. Speaking of background,
Yeah.
what do you, what entails in your background checks or qualifications or,
Whole host of
psych
stuff.
evaluations?
Yeah, so initially when we onboard somebody, so we make a job offer, we put them through Michigan's iChat system. So if you're not familiar with that, Michigan State Police has a criminal background check. We run them through that initially, and then we run them through a nationwide check. And it's a third-party check system, but it essentially does a major scan out there based off of somebody's social security number, and it assesses any pings that person may have. It's called pointer data, but it's assessing any court cases that exist for that person, whether it's just a simple traffic ticket or if they actually have a full-fledged felony case that's ongoing. But this is pointer data because it's initially saying, hey, there's a court case that exists with this person's matching identification. And then our HR team actually digs into that. So with that pointer data, points us into the direction to look into it, diagnose what exactly is going on. So we run state, county criminal checks depending on what comes back from that pointer data. And then we run them through a variety of other checks. There's some social security checks. There's we have trade house data check, which is running based off where they live, so we can see if that dives into something more that needs to be assessed, and then a variety of federal wants and warrants checks and so forth. So we put them through a whole host of, I think it's like 12 or 13 things in total that they have to make sure all those checks are met. And then, because in the school systems, they obviously have to be fingerprinted. So that's a separate compliance requirement that we ensure is completed before they're obviously placed in the school setting.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just so you're aware, although they do their check, we still do our check here at Oak Park. So they still have to go through our HR department, and then I still have to agree that they can come. So I just wanted to let you know that although they will go through their HR process, they still have to get through our HR assistants as well.
Hold on.
I
got a question.
One question.
I think a small part of the Trustee Webster's question too was around not just the criminal background checks and stuff, but how do you ensure that it's best fit? Like, what type of person do we look for? Do you know is that a part of your question?
Absolutely.
So as far as, are you talking about like conducting reference checks and so forth? Is that what you're hitting on, or how do we
It
identify
can. I mean,
the
it
right
could be
person?
that. It could be. Are
So-
there personality assessments that are included in identifying whether someone would fall higher on a scale of hostility?
Sure.
You know, or you know, things like
a
that.
cognitive
Yeah.
assessment, that kind of thing. Yeah. So we have obviously the interview process. Our recruiter. One of the unique things that we do about having our in-house recruiters are we bring them to the site to get to learn what is actually happening here at that local level, so they can understand what kind of candidate is best fit and what we're looking for. We obviously are also having internal conversations to make sure from an operations management perspective, hey, this is the kind of person I need. They maybe need a little bit, be a bit more tech savvy because of the systems that you all are using perhaps. Or, you know, this is a unique environment because of these particular challenges that are facing. So we really need somebody who has got critically great customer service skills, above average, right? So that is impressed upon the recruiter either through a experience of coming here to the site and doing some level of training with the supervision and or the managers, and then obviously the internal conversations to make sure we're aligned with what the clients have shared with us. So you all and what your expectations are, that's coming over to us. So we handle that through the interview process. And in addition to that, we go through the client interview stage. If you choose to exercise that, you have the opportunity to weigh in and take a look at that interview that we've had initially with them, either the notes or conduct an interview yourself. And then during that time, you obviously can see their resume and any reference checks that have been conducted to that point. And if there's any additional process steps that you would want to see included beyond just that, we're 100% open to customizing that process to make sure it fits just what Oak Park Schools needs. And maybe it's a past incident that says, you know, we've learned from this and this cannot happen again. We need to do X, Y, or Z. Obviously, we're new coming into Oak Park Schools specifically, but we're here to learn from you all what those unique challenges are, and we will customize the process to reflect whatever it needs to be to make sure we serve you and your students well.
Thank you. Before you go, go ahead, Perriman Takes. Trustee.
Are you going to retain some of our officers we have now?
That's a key question. We were actually looking to hopefully get an answer on here soon, but we would love to bring our incumbents on here. So maybe Nick's got some more insight.
Yeah, so that would be part of, if we were to be selected to move forward, that would be part of our beginning basis of that security plan is to meet with the security team within Oak Park Schools, identify who would like to be retained, and they would get priority to apply, go through our process, make sure they meet our requirements for hire. And then from there, we would work specifically to recruit any other additional spots that we would need to fill for Oak Park Schools.
Okay. Trustee Rogers.
Nope, that was my question.
Okay.
What I believe is my last question. In terms of accountability, I mean, obviously there are instances that we're referencing where maybe a circumstance goes a little bit too far. How are you holding your officers accountable when such things happen?
Yeah, fair question. So we actually talked about this when we were at our last meeting together, and obviously the main priority is we want to train our staff to hopefully never be in a case where that's the situation, right? But if we do hit a point where, hey, we need to review, there's an after action at this juncture, and we need to hold somebody accountable, we do have a progressive disciplinary system in place. And that system, just from a 10,000-foot view, is a verbal coaching or a verbal warning, if you will, all the way through level 4. And a level 4 means termination. A level 3, just a step before that, is a 3-day suspension. And each one of these, level 1, 2, 3, and 4, all come with a paper write-up. So it goes in their personnel file to document just exactly what occurred, what needs to change, but it holds a certain value of time. So level 1 holds for 3 months, level 2 for 6 months on their file, and then a level 3 for 9 months. What that means, though, is because we have a progressive disciplinary system, If somebody has a simple uniform violation, they, you know, didn't wear the tie that they were supposed to wear, and it's happened enough times that they've moved themselves to a level 1, they're gonna be at that level 1. But then if another circumstance happens that's a level 1 offense, but they're within that 3-month window of issuance, they're gonna progress to a level 2 at that point. But if they're at a level 1 and then they commit what's a level 3 offense, which just an example might be a no-call, no-show, for example, they automatically move to that level 3 in that case. So depending on what the circumstances are, and even, you know, sometimes we get a situation where there's more than one offense that's occurred and they all add up at times. It just depends. But ultimately, we do hold them accountable if that's what's necessary. My goal, and what we consider the EPAR, an Employee Performance Action Report, is to correct them on the incorrect behavior, identify where the misconduct was and say, this is what can't happen again, and here's why. The why is a critical piece, but that is the accountability factor in that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll make one more comment on that too. And part of our operations structure with having that assigned operations manager meeting with Oak Park Schools, that at any point in time, if a district official says, hey, due to XYZ incident, or this person may just not be a good fit for this specific school or Oak Park Schools at large, at any point that can be requested for removal, and we would remove them immediately. We would make sure that they're filled with a cross-trained officer that's trained on the post orders for the specific school, and then we would do that recruiting process. But at any point in time, if Oak Park Schools determines that someone's not a good fit for their respective school or the contract at large, they would be removed immediately.
I have one more question. What are your uniforms look like?
Yeah, so we have a whole host of packages, and that would be another thing that if we were selected, that we would work with the district to determine what that uniform would be. It could be more casual to khakis and a polo, all the way up to a militaristic style BDU uniform. Now, for a lot of our education, we do not recommend those options, but we would work with the school district to determine what that uniform option would be. But another thing that was in our RFP that we submitted that I can snippet to is what those uniform options look like, so you guys can see all that at one point in time. And what works for one school might be different for another school, and we would work as part of that security plan to make sure that those uniform options are outlined.
Oh, okay. I think more professional.
Any other questions? No? All right, thank you so much for your presentations. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, I hate that coat. I had to wear it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go on to item 5, reports from Interim Superintendent Shana Murphy.
Right. Good evening to our board, vice president, our trustees, and to our community that's here tonight and catching us virtually. First, from our report, we want to celebrate all of the educators of the Oak Park School District, OPEA, OPESPA, and all of those educators who invested in the lives of our children every day. Last week was Teacher Appreciation Week, and we had a great time celebrating the wonderful educators of Oak Park Schools. There were building level celebrations held every day last week, featuring an omelet breakfast station, catered lunches, Oak Park branded merchandise. I'm not talking to Siri. Sweet treats and personalized schoolhouse gifts. This year marked the launch of our first and hopefully annual district-wide raffle. We had great collaboration with community partners in Oak Park, Annie's Flowers, one of the Mediterranean restaurants, Fresh Baked Prince, Outback, all of these places just poured into our school district. I want to shout out Executive Director North, who worked so hard. She was going to different businesses left and right, handing out letters. Please help give us donations so that we can recognize our educators, and they stepped up to the plate. It was so beautiful and amazing. So every day last week at 8:15 on the dot, we hosted a virtual Zoom where every educator in Oak Park could sign in. We had everybody's name on this big old wheel. Bernie was Vanna Black last week on this big old wheel, and we spun that wheel for so many different celebrations, such as Monday was Fill Your Cart. We gave out grocery gift cards. Shout out to Rockford and Tiffany Cavill for working with them. They gave us over $25 Meyer gift cards. So we gave out $250 in one raffle, and then $125 in 6 different raffles so that teachers can go grocery shopping last week. On Tuesday, it was Teacher's Table. We gave out dinner gift cards to Outback. Granite City, so many other places. It was 6 winners, and the major prize was a $250 gift card to Ruth Chris from Director North. Okay. Wednesday was Cold Hard Gratitude. We had Annie's Wraps and Flowers. Love her. She donated 2 bouquets to us, and then we had cash donations from Fresh Baked Prince and the Clark family over at Pepper, who called in to see how they could support, and they just gave us stuff to celebrate our educators. Thursday was Treat Yourself. We raffled off Beats headphones and more gift cards because Central Office stepped up to the plate. We all donated gift cards, Starbucks, restaurants, Red Lobster, all kind of stuff, everybody in Central Office. And then shout out to Mighty Mo Muffler, my guy down there at 9 Mile and Park Line. He donated 4 oil changes. Okay, the teachers, they were so excited about them oil changes. They $100 each, right? So shout out to Mighty Mo Muffler. And then Friday was the grand finale. We gifted 4 staff members, 2 in elementary and 2 in secondary, the Friday off before Memorial Day for a 4-day weekend because they earned it. So I just want to shout out Director North for working so hard. Our Oak Park community, they came through in the clutch and gave us so many wonderful things. Again, Mighty Mo Muffler, Annie's Wraps, Oak Park, the Outback, so many places, just Fresh Baked Prince. If you didn't have any printing needs, go see them. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So we just want to celebrate our educators and thank Director North and all of our community partners for Teacher Appreciation. It was so beautiful. And then track highlights. So this past Thursday, the Oak Park High School boys track team and girls track team took home the league championships in the blue and gold division. We are yet number 1 in our county. Shout out. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Our girls were featured in the Detroit, I have it on my notes. Our girls was featured in the Detroit News this past Friday. And we just want to say congratulations to Coach Brandon Giles and our girls and boys track teams. They worked so hard, and we are so honored to have such an accomplished coach work alongside our kids and so into the lives of our children. They're getting scholarships, they're getting recognized, and that pride of Oak Park is on their chest every time. And while the track meet was going on Thursday, we had the Seniors Honors Night happening in the auditorium of the high school, and that was so fabulous and fantastic. Some of the awards, some of the kids were running off the track directly to the auditorium. They was like, Miss Murphy, I ain't even get a chance to shower, but I'm coming to get my award. Or some of their parents were coming up there to get their awards for them because they were outside on the track. It was just a beautiful night last Thursday. Some of the awards that were received, Principals Awards, Valedictorian, Salutatorian, Principals List, Highest Honor, National Honor Society, Advanced Placement Awards, CASA Awards, OTEC, which is our technical campus like VOTEC, OTEC Awards, Financial Literacy Class Awards, Distinguished Knights, the band. One of our students got a scholarship. One of our band students, our seniors, got a scholarship. Shout out to him. Drama Club, Women of Tomorrow, Choir, Work-Based Education, College Readiness, God Squad, Book Club, OPHS Unify. All of our seniors, mostly all of them, received some type of recognition last Thursday. And it was just a beautiful night. So shout out to the innovative class of 2026. Shout out to Oak Park Schools, Coach Giles, the leadership of Oak Park High School, and Director North for such a great week last week. And finally, in the superintendent's report, some of our enrollment efforts. We know that that's a key critical piece of the function of our district, and we want a lot of kids to take advantage of the great things happening in Oak Park. So our enrollment efforts, we had our district newsletter. Thank you to Trustee Corporate for lifting that up at our last meeting. We strategically gave our Oak Park newsletter that was designed by Director North. It was strategically distributed to all 5th grade families to celebrate the outstanding work that's happening in Oak Park schools and to introduce them to OPA with hopes that they remain in our district. The district newsletter reached 20,000 households across targeted zip codes based on data to drive the community engagement and support the enrollment season momentum. Also for enrollment, we are excited to share virtual family tours. I think I mentioned this in one of our other meetings, but they are complete, and we'll make sure to start adding those to our website. We had the filming of our school buildings that was completed on weekends. Shout out to Director North and our photographer. This initiative leverages 3 years of enrollment data to strategically guide recruitment efforts and deepen family connection to our schools. So parent feedback identified our website as the 4th highest driver of enrollment decisions. So that prompted a lot of several parent-facing enhancements on our website, most notably virtual school tours, parent testimonials, and student testimonials. We captured some of those testimonials here in the board office, and some of the parents were just crying just about what Oak Park Schools means to them. So and the students too, lighting up. So we are excited to begin to roll out those virtual school tours, parent testimonials, and student testimonials, all in efforts to expose everyone to the wonderful family of Oak Park, of the Oak Park School District. So we are excited for those things. Shout out to Director North for taking initiative on that. And I have more things, but I'm gonna save them to communications because I'm talking too much. That is the superintendent's report.
Well, thank you so much for that. We're going to move on to item number 6, public participation.
I had a
Tyler.
question.
Oh, nope. Trustee Rogers. All right.
Excuse
now.
me, Madam President. I had a question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
For the advertisement, I had been hearing enrollment, schools that are already advertising for the next year. Are we going to be having like radio things?
Yes. So Trustee Corcoran's question was around advertisements for next school year. Absolutely. That's what we're trying to enhance our website, get that up and going, and then we'll have a lot of Facebook ads. We are looking at billboards, strategically placed billboards around the city. But our data suggested that our website was the highest driver. Word of mouth was the first one, and then the website. So we're trying to update the website so we make sure. And then again, we'll start those traditional methods of advertisement, social media, radio, and billboard.
Yeah, I know, as the years grow and different things change, and different advertisements are podcasts now. You have a lot of, outlets that people are listening to, and we're talking like 11,000 views and, those new terminologies.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering.
Definitely we're on that.
Because I wanted to jump in and say, hey, Oak Park, but,
In fact, thank you for lifting that up. One of the things I went to the movies with my family a couple of weeks ago, and I saw advertisement at the movies. I said, "Oh, I'm saying, I'm still in it." So yes, but we will. We're fixing up our website to complete that part, so that when we push out all these other advertisements, because that's the number one driver. When people see the billboards, hear the radio, they go directly to our website. So we're working on all of those things.
All right. Thank you. Trustee Rogers, public participation.
Because the Oak Park Board of Education values public meetings, not just meetings in public, we welcome public comments on school issues. Speakers are asked to express themselves in a civil manner with due process for the dignity and privacy of others who may be affected by public comments. The public comment portion of the meeting cannot be used to make personal attacks against a school board member or a school district employee that disrupt the order of the meeting and are totally unrelated to the matter in which the member or employee performs his or her duties. Speakers should be aware that if statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, such comments may result in legal liability. Most comments can be concisely stated in 3 minutes, and the board respectfully asks that comments remain focused on the topic or issue and not be directed at a specific personnel or board members. This is last name Resnick, I think it says.
Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon, board.
Good afternoon.
So I wanted to read something, a couple things. So I've been a guest teacher in your district for 8 years, and I never looked at myself as just a sub. I had many long-term jobs. I've subbed in almost every single one of your schools, and I am loved dearly by your students, and I love them dearly. This is very hard for me.
It's gonna be all right.
I've reached out to HR, I've reached out to principals, and where I'm at is still unemployed since the end of February. I have never been talked to, reprimanded. I've never been told I'm doing anything wrong, and if I did, I fixed it. So I was completely blindsided on February 26th. I was working in South Lyon District, and it was a crazy fifth hour, which we have many crazy days that we feel we have control, but sometimes we lose control. Not lose control, but we feel like, okay, I could have done better. And I was being recorded, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and I wasn't thinking, so I gave a student my cell number to get the video to show the principal, and I did that, and then I deleted the number and the video after I showed the principal. To my surprise, I was terminated by ESS. All my jobs were deleted, and then I ran to Oak Park to save me, and nobody wanted to have anything to do with me, and I was very shocked. I thought, well, if I can't work for ESS, then maybe I could be a para, because I wanted to stay at home, which was with the students in many of your schools. My babies were the high school, both of them, Nova and the main high school, and CASA and OPA. So I wanted to read this. I put this in the yearbook last year. Class of 2025, I am so grateful to be able to write a few words to you today, and I am so proud of each of you, regardless of if I have known you for years or just a few months. You have treated me like OPHS family. My parents actually attended Oak Park High School in 1961 through 64. In 2018, when I walked in the building for the first time, I was excited to work where my parents went to school, but was also worried that I wouldn't connect with the students. I would fail as a guest teacher. I was so wrong. This is my calling, my real job, and I am not just a sub, I am so much more. OPSH became my second family. The excitement to see me, the hugs and smiles every time I am in the building truly made me feel welcome. Over the years, I have accepted long-term positions and missed the students during breaks and over the summer. I enjoyed attending various student events, including athletic events, assemblies in the gym, and the band performances always brought tears to my eyes. Being a guest teacher can be challenging at times, but overall we had mutual respect. Over the years, I love watching many of you grow, succeed, and become mature young adults. I care about each and every one of you today and always. Thank you, seniors, for never treating me like just a guest teacher. To see your smiles, hear your stories, and celebrate your successes always made my day. I love you all, and I'm so proud of you today. You will do great things. Thank you for being you, accepting me, and showing me your kindness. I will miss you. Congratulations. So then I wrote, hello, my name is, like I said, my name is Randy Resnick. Some of you may or may not heard of me over the last 8 years. Subbing in Oak Park was always something I was proud of until this school year. I began to realize what being treated poorly meant and being disposable. I am arriving at the high school on many occasions for an assignment and being sent home. I don't know. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just wanted to be heard and for you to know how I feel. My job abruptly ends because, wait, I'm so sorry.
Take your time.
Yeah, my heart is racing. I feel over the years there has been no recognition, no compassion, and at this point I had to take a break because of the way I've been treated the past year. Holding back the tears in front of students who I deeply respect and care about came to an end with me not realizing this was going to be the end the last day I was there. I would never be welcomed back into the building again. After a very unfortunate situation I was put in on February 25th in South Lyon, I was no longer an employee of ESS. I reached out to Dr. Williams to meet with her, and she did not want to talk to me and threw me out of the office. While I was telling her how much OPHS means to me and the students. Like I said before, my parents graduated from OPHS, and I was always very proud to say I worked there. always doing my best, working long-term jobs, and made many new friends and felt I had a purpose. Well, I don't anymore. And HR and everyone else I spoke to claims their hands are tied and I am no longer wanted in the whole district. I received an email recently, and I can't remember her name, but as my Oak Park swag, my shirts, my sweatshirts just hang in my closet. I know there are other jobs out there in many other schools, but to me, OPHS felt like family to me, and that's where I want to be. And I just having a tough time accepting that I'm no longer there for your students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your comment. We are going to go to item 7A, approval of school board policy updates following second reading. I'll go ahead and read that. Resolved that the Board of Education approves the school board policy updates following second reading. Do I have a second?
I had something to say prior.
Oh, yes, your discussion on the school board. Sorry about that. Go right ahead.
So I actually brought the bylaws because, one, we have not, as the board, come to the discussion of the policies. So based on our duties and our role as the board, the policies belong to us. Section 1003, adoption or amendment of bylaws and policies. The board will adopt or amend bylaws and policies after reading at second or at two separate board meetings. The board may, by a majority vote of members elected and serving, waive a first reading. The reason why I brought that up is because technically we didn't read it the first time. Our superintendent, interim superintendent did read it, which is still fine. But we as the board should meet on these policy changes to put it in our language or accept the language that is in, to amend or adopt. So we would have to, we should read over these policies according to how we want them to read. And that we didn't get the opportunity. So I guess what I'm asking is if we can, it wouldn't be table, but if we could get together before this approval. Because it's the second reading, correct?
Correct.
'Cause the
This
fir-
is the
okay.
second, because the first one she did. So you want to?
So if we read
start a
it this
different
time.
day, or read it now, or read it?
Yeah, it would be still, because it's on the agenda, but I just wanted to bring it to our attention that we would want to get together to, or separately and then present it, what we should have that to read in our language, and then, cipher from that.
Okay. So are we gonna, I'm making a motion to, well, what day will we be able to get together? That's the question. Or,
Well, if that becomes an issue, I guess I could suggest that, we've now got into the custom of not meeting and, using their emails, so it's just up to the board of how you all want to proceed on these very important policies. And we haven't had policy changes in about 4 years. So this would be, I think, critical. Because there's some state mandated ones as well, which actually kind of go, they just stay the same, but, you can just put your own language.
okay.
So what I hear is a recommendation to perhaps table the approval until an opportunity for the board to meet and discuss prior to acceptance or amendment or.
Well, actually, we'll be reading this today, which would be the second, but we don't vote on it until June. So I believe we could probably get together between now and the next meeting, to work on it.
We could probably do it at the retreat this Saturday, right?
Let me check on the Open Meetings Act requirements related to reading and discussing of it. Go ahead.
Oh, it could just be added to the agenda. We can maybe, because what we're going to do is get we're going to write them down, I guess, and then bring them to the next meeting. And then, just read over them. And then, because we're not going to vote to the next, the next meeting. That would, I mean, I don't think it would take no more than 10 minutes, I would guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. So we're
I'm
gonna
fine with that.
table
I'm
that.
fine with that. Table it too.
Does anyone need an additional copy? I have
Yes,
extra.
you can give me because I can write.
I didn't make-
Thank you.
All right.
You okay?
Oh, thank you.
Where?
Is that really-
You got a copy? Okay, yeah, this one. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we can just read them. Okay, thank you.
And board, as you trustees, as you read them over, again, I just want to reiterate, this is the legal guidance from Miller Johnson, who are our board policy overseers. This is not whatever language you see on the paper, it's not Shayna's language, right? So the red and blue, I just want to be clear.
said that the last
right?
time.
It's a suggested legal language from our board policy holder.
All right. So we don't vote on that one since we're going to table it. And we're going to go to item B. That is support of ISD budget, Intermediate School District 2026-27. Council, read that one.
7B.
7B, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. District superintendents, that,
No, support 7B, B as in boy.
I'm on 7B.
Bishops and state overseers, bishops.
Okay, I see it. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Education has received and reviewed the proposed intermediate school district general fund budget in accordance with section 624 of the revised school code. As amended, and by adoption of this resolution expresses its support for the proposed budget, that the Secretary of the Board of Education or his or her designee shall forward a copy of this resolution to the intermediate school board or its superintendent no later than June 1, and that all resolutions insofar as they conflict with this resolution are hereby rescinded.
Second.
Okay. Thank you. Motion made by trustee Perriman Tate, seconded by trustee Corporate. Any discussion or any questions, any comments? Not hearing any. Ms. Greer, can you call the roll?
Perriman Tanks,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Webster,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
and Copeland.
Yes.
All right, that motion passes. Going on to 7C, approval of participation in Oakland County Enhancement Millage. Do I have a reader for that one?
Already.
Okay, thank you.
Resolved that the board approves support for the Oakland County Regional Enhancement Millage on the August 4th, 2026 primary election ballot as presented at the April 27th, 2026 board meeting.
Thank you. Motion made by trustee Perriman Takes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Harry Tyler, seconded by trustee Tyler. Any discussion, comments? Nope. Go ahead and call the roll, Ms. Greer.
Tyler,
Yes.
Webster,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Copeland,
Yes.
and Perriman Tanks.
Yes.
All right, going on to information items. Item 8A, Chartwell's contract renewal agreement. Hi.
Hi. Good evening. So in your packets is the MDE approved cost renewal agreement that we submitted. So each of your school districts that partner with a food service management company such as Chartwell's are required to submit a contract renewal rate agreement to the Michigan Department of Education each year. The annual fee adjustments are governed and controlled by the MDE guidelines, and they're also outlined in our existing contract. So for the upcoming renewal, the CPI or Consumer Price Index for Michigan is currently set at 4%. However, per our current contract, the fees are capped at 3%. So it's either the lower of the CPI or 3%. So as a result of that 3%, both the management and administrative fees will increase by the 3%. The management fee will go from 0.0566 to 0.0582 per meal, and the administrative fee will adjust from $8,343 a month to $8,593.29 per month. The administrative fee helps or is covered for HR, payroll, leadership support, menu planning, and then compliance oversight. So both of these structured increases help offset inflation while ensuring costs remain predictable and contractually aligned.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
I have one.
I'll take it.
And of course, I'm used to this contract here because, you know, it's feeding our children. And I just want to say that, you know, we've been doing great in regards to not having any findings by not spending enough. So I did see that when the contract does expire and when it renews, which is 27, and I think that was all, because I did see everything that I needed to see. I was happy to see the increase of the $4,700. Yep, toward that. And our kids are going to be able to eat. That's it.
Chartwell's does an amazing job.
Yes, they do, because they cook for us sometimes. They do pretty good.
Any other questions? No? And then item 8B, that is the 2026 Oakland School Board of Education election, representative designation, and candidate support. So this one, kind of confusing. Ms. Gray, what are we doing with this one? Are we electing someone to vote?
Yes, it's in your board packet. Once a year, when they have their election, the school district have to vote. And they only have one candidate, but we have to have 2 meetings before we submit the ballot. So this is the first, and then the next meeting, at our special meeting, we'll have it back and we'll vote on it. And then I'll send it out to Oakland.
Okay. And we'll be voting on that one candidate?
No, you got a meeting next Thursday.
That's when we vote for the one candidate? Okay. All right. On to item number 9, communications. I know you have more communications for us, interim Shane Murphy, girl.
I do.
All right.
Okay. Speaking of Chartwells, I forgot to mention them during Teacher Appreciation Week, but they also are an amazing partner. They facilitated the omelet stations. Everybody was talking about those omelets by Chef Austin and TJ and the whole Chartwells crew. They're just a great part of our family here in Oak Park. They supported our efforts, and they do great things by feeding the children and the big children. Okay, so just shout out to them and their partnership. Also, prom, the OPHS Nights prom will be this Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday. I got 5,000 things this week, but Wednesday at the Rooster Tail by ticket only. Okay, those tickets were a bit much, but we will be having a night of excellence and the Met Gala theme with the high school. Shout out to Trustee Perryman Tanks for gifting 3 of our beautiful girl knights glam squad makeovers for prom this coming Wednesday. So great time down there at the Rooster Tail. On that same night, we also had the middle school fine and performing arts spring concert with Miss Gilmet, Miss G as we call her, over at OPA. That is from 5 to 7. The prom, I believe, begins at 8. My day is stacked, but shout out to them. Also, we will be starting our Superintendent's Council. This is a way to create opportunity for staff voice and collaboration. This does not replace any other structures that we have in the district. And many superintendents do this to make sure they keep a pulse and a conversation going with many of our stakeholders. So, and it'll address a lot of the issues that we have. We also do that still in conjunction with our normal structures, with our monthly union pulse checks, keeping collaboration and conversation with our union leadership. But this just provides another opportunity to have face-to-face, express concerns, needs, and make sure we're moving our district in the right direction. Also, the superintendent search information was, and the focus groups was shared out just a little bit ago. We encourage every community member, every staff member to come and participate in the focus groups this Thursday. Again, those times and locations were shared out in district communications. So please check your email. The community, we will make sure that's posted. It is on our website. Community participation and parent participation in the focus groups will be this Thursday at Oak Park Preparatory Academy from 5 until 6 p.m. Staff and students have other identified times, but community members and parents, you are invited to come out and participate in the focus group with our search firm, Dr. Rod Green at MASB, on this Thursday, May the 13th at 5 to 6 p.m. at Oak Park Prep. And then finally, as another plug, we have summer school enrollment happening at this time. Shout out to Ms. Sheik and Ms. Sherry and Mr. Shayla, all working together to improve and to increase our summer school enrollment. Summer Discovery is open for enrollment for grades pre-K through, rising kinder through 10th, which means current pre-Kers through current 9th graders. And then we have a credit recovery component for our high schoolers who are on that track. So enroll today with our Summer Discovery program. It's a full day option for those parents for summertime enrichment and academic proudness. So register today for Summer Discovery / Summer School. I do believe those are all of my communications.
All right. Thank you so much. Any communication from the board? Yes?
My girlfriend Penny is doing one of the young ladies' hair, so we did volunteer hair too. Out of all three, yeah.
Thank you
I just
so
wanted
much.
to shout Penny out. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Penny.
Any other communication? Yes, Trustee Tyler?
Yes, I'm going back to my, I believe when we were here a couple of weeks ago, my request of the board to draft a letter to our law office concerning Mr. Burlock of his disrespect towards us when he came. I did speak to the president about this particular situation. At our tea party, I did speak to her, and she said that I would just need to definitely come before the board to get the will of the board, because I believe that his representation was not a representation, I believe, of the standards of our law firm to us, to me. And so his disrespect, he was very disrespectful, even though he was apologetic. I just would ask that we're not getting rid of our law firm, we're not. So let's that be clear. I'm talking about the individual not to come here in representation, that they send someone else. And so I am asking the will of the board of that tonight.
I second that.
Okay. All right. Was you making a motion?
No, I did not draft anything. It would probably come with myself and Pat to draft it. I just feel that he was disrespectful to us. And
I'm sorry, point of order. I'm sorry, was that a motion when you said
Yes,
that you
yes,
spoke? Oh, okay.
Yes, I would like to put a motion on the floor to draft a letter that Mr. Burlock, we will not return to our district, that our law firm will send another representation due to his disrespect.
I second that.
Okay. So motion made by Trustee Tyler, seconded by Trustee Corcoran. Ms. Greer can call the roll. Unless there's any other discussions, anybody else want to say something?
I wasn't here. I don't know what happened. So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not voting on anything that I don't know. I wasn't here.
That's good.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
So point of information, during the time that you will vote, then I guess it would be called abstain if you're not going to vote. Just saying. Point of information.
Tyler,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
Corcoran,
Yes.
Webster,
Sustain.
and Pimentel.
Sustain.
It passed.
All right, so that motion passes. Ms. Gray, you'll draft up a letter to have different representation come from that law firm. You're welcome. Any other communication from the board?
My other communication is that the honors ceremony was very, very nice. It was very, very just to see the kids get all of those scholarships, especially that one young man, and just to see the kids how excited they were. Their parents were excited, and it was very exciting to see the parents who kids were outside coming to get their cords. I mean, one parent left with about 5 cords on, like he was so excited. He's like, man, and he said a couple of times, he said, I didn't get this happen for me. And so, you know, his son is doing it. And so he was able to put those cords on in representation of his son. And so I'm excited for what is coming out of Oak Park in this year with this 2026 class. And so it was just very exciting to be there to see that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I had something. Last time I was here, I spoke about Mr. Benny. This time I want to speak about my goddaughter. Her name is Nona Waldron. Nona Waldron graduated in 2023, valedictorian. She holds multiple state of Michigan records and was the national Gatorade Athlete of the Year. She received a full track and field scholarship to the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, where she has been on the dean's list 6 times and maintains a 3.76 grade point average. She is earning 2 degrees, a bachelor's in business administration and a master's degree in law and public policy. She holds several national records and ran with the Team USA with a 20 and under track and field world champion in Peru, where she became the 4th fastest hurdler in the world. And she also crossed as Delta. I want to tell you, I am so elated and proud of our Oak Park alumni, and to watch this young lady live in another city and make the choice to come to Oak Park was amazing. And I had something else. There was not the personnel action report listed, so I did have a question in regards to the substitutes totaling, which I just wanted to get understanding because I see different account codes, and I'm not sure if that is one person, many people, different positions, but I can say that adding them up is astronomically great. I don't know no other word. And perhaps HR, you can maybe address to the totals, you know, how do we, or how are we getting there? Is it that they're absent or are they coming in? You know, I'm not really savvy on what the agreement is to that. Do we not have enough teachers, or are they covering vacations? You know, it's a whole rim of things that I would like to know.
Yep, not a problem. I can address that right now and get you further details in our weekly update.
Okay.
The different account codes, so per finance reporting requirements with the state of Michigan, the account code has to match the function in which the money is being spent. And for example, special education, we have to have a different account code if it's a resource room teacher where the person just pulls students out of class to give them support. It's a different account code if it's a ASD classroom. It's a different account code if it's a cognitively impaired classroom. It's a different account. Each account has to, function has to have a different account code. So when you see all those account codes, and it has to match the building. So it has to match the object, the building is coming out of, and the program in which it's assigned, that money is assigned to. So that's why you see a whole ton of account codes. Now, in terms of the numbers, it is astronomical. 2 reasons. One is the allotted days staff get in their contract for personal business, so staff absences. Another piece of that are the vacancies that we do have specifically in special education. There's a nationwide shortage in special education. It is very difficult to recruit and retain special education staff. That's just not Oak Park Schools. That's the United States of America, unfortunately. So even in our collective bargaining negotiations, conversations, we have not got to this point yet, but I'm working alongside OPA and OPESPA to think about what are some ways in which we can attract and retain specifically people, staff in special education. It's the highest need that we have. That's a lot of our vacancies that we do have, unfortunately. A lot of people are not going to school to be special education teachers, and then the market is so competitive with attracting and retaining those staff. So through our collective bargaining negotiation conversations, we will be addressing the ways in which the district can incentivize, attract, and retain specifically special education. So when you see those numbers, a lot of it is special education and the vacancies we have, and then just the day-to-day sub costs for teachers and their allotted personal leave days through the contract.
Thank you. And the last question I had, I know we have a few consulting groups that are, that we use.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that the one, I forget her name, oh my God. You mentioned her last
Maria?
time. Yes.
Yes.
I noticed that her code is different than Kwame's code. And then I know that there is another person, Erica. But the code that Maria has, can you tell me? Oh,
Sure.
That money's coming out of, I guess.
Yes, it depends on each account code has to match the object and the function of which is there. So Maria specifically business and finance. So business and finance department has their own, not just Oak Park. This is the Michigan Finance Accounting Manual. You have to have specific account codes that match different things, different expenditures you have in the district. So Maria is specifically around business and finance because she helps us with our money management, our budgeting, our, smart system, all of those things. Kwame is teaching and learning, which is instructional services. So that's a different function code.
So
221 is typically the front of it. So it's 11. 11 means it's an expense. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the front part is the account strings are like 5 different things. 11 means it's an expense. The next 3 numbers tells you what type of function. Is it PD? Is it a consultant? Is it transportation? Is it student compensatory ed services or materials? The next is an object code. Though anything starts with a 3 is I believe I forget 3s. Sherry was 3s. We forget 2. 5,000s are like supplies. 3,000s is like purchase services. So each account, it takes you a whole class to understand the account codes. But my point is, Maria is paid from business and finance pots of money. Kwame is paid from teaching and learning pots of money, and so is Erica. Dr. Watson supports Dr. Olawole. So Dr. Olawole, who's our special education. I don't know why Siri keep being in my business. Dr. Olawole is our new special education director as of October. We offered, mentoring is a great part of on-the-job training and learning, and Dr. Watson, who is currently special education director in another local district, we partnered with her to provide mentoring services for Dr. O. So those different pots of money.
So the $9,000 that the results over everything, that grant money is coming out of the grant money that we allocated?
Yes.
From the contract?
Yes.
Okay, so that got approved then?
Yes.
Is that what it is? All right. And I think that is it. Yep.
And to Trustee Corcoran's point, our finance documents can be very difficult to read. It's a lot of learning and understanding that goes into those account codes. If you have any questions, you want to come to my office and I'll sit down with you and I'll show you exactly how to read those account codes. Now, the finance manual from the state of Michigan is about this thick, but we know how to pare it down so that you understand what you're reading, because knowledge is power, right? So if you have questions, if you're seeing things, my office right down yonder. You can come see me and say, Shayna, what this mean? You know, how do I read this? So I'm always available.
MASB also have the advanced
Finance.
finance,
class.
school finance. Yep.
All right, thank you so much. Any other communications? Oh, I do have some from our president, Madison. She wanted to say Lessinger put on a wonderful Mother's Day tea. It was beautiful. She also went to senior honors night. She said it was so fulfilling. Some communications from me. I was also at the Mother's Day tea. That was really nice. As far as graduation and prom, I want to give a shout out to our seniors. This upcoming prom, just please be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. I know the kids like to go to the after parties and the Airbnbs. Just, definitely be safe. As far as graduation, I hate that I'm going to miss graduation again this year. I hate that. But I just want to say congratulations to all of our seniors. I am proud of you. Our board is proud of you. Thank you to my board. This is my first time running a meeting. Can y'all believe it? Thank you.
You did great.
Paige cannot miss any more meetings. But I just want to say thank you for being supportive and taking it easy on me. I appreciate that. There are no more other communications. Trustee Tylee, can you call for the next meeting?
The next special meeting of the Board of Education will be held on Thursday, May 21st, 2026 at 5:30 in the boardroom at Administration Building.
Thank you. This is the end of the meeting at 8:25.